Shout out to Dyson for sponsoring today's video. What's going on, guys? It's UrAvgConsumer, and today we've got some dope tech to check out from the folks over at Dyson. As you can see, we've got a couple of things all over the studio. And this right here is the Dyson Light Cycle, a lamp, a lamp that's been engineered to the max. And the first thing we gotta talk about is this whole track system that it's got going on over here. So this thing can move in any position that you want. You can set it to pretty much anywhere and it'll stay exactly there. Now, not only can you control the exact position of this guy, but you can also control the temperature with these touch panels. I can also adjust the brightness, all with this little slider. So right now it's at the max brightness, and over here we can make it warm, or we can just make it cool. So the Light Cycle actually comes with an app, and this thing allows you to synchronize all of your information with the actual lamp. And I know, we're in a crazy world where your lamp has an app, but it actually does some really cool stuff. So first things first, it'll take into account the GPS location, so it'll know where you are, the time of day, and if you put in your personal information like your age, if you happen to be a bit older, it can adjust the light based on that too. So basically what this thing does is it uses all of that information to pretty much give you the proper lighting situation at all times. And when it starts becoming a bit later in the day where those blue lights can harm your eyes, it's going to actually gradually switch over to a warm light. And it's got all those cool smart features, but it also has motion detectors. So when you're not nearby, it'll automatically turn off. And when you're near it, it'll turn on just so that you can use it. And not to mention, since this thing is living on your desk, it also has a USB Type-C charger right here. So if you need to charge your phone, you can just plug it into your lamp and charge it up. But let's talk about why I said this thing is engineered to the max. So you can actually take it off of its track and take a look at this, guys. Right here, you can see this copper pipe, and there is a droplet of water in here that evaporates and pretty much cools this whole thing so that it can last up to 60 years. And who's thinking about that? So this is something that it's an investment, but it's gonna last. And you might have seen my video on the V10, but Dyson found a way to add some cool new tech into this guy and upgrade it a ton. Check this out. This is a vacuum as you'd expect, but what we've got up here is actually an LCD screen so that you can get a ton of information while you vacuum. Now, of course, this thing's got 3 modes like previous Dyson vacuums. You've got your Eco, Medium, and of course your Boost. It also does a cool thing where it lets you know how much juice you've got left as you're vacuuming. Now, they've integrated some cool tech into the main cleaner head where it has sensors to detect what kind of surface it's on. So if you're on a carpet versus hardwood floor, it's gonna be able to detect the difference between these and switch modes automatically so that it's not using the same amount of juice on both surfaces. Check this out. If I'm vacuuming hardwood surfaces, I'm not gonna need a lot of power. But once I go on carpet, you heard it kick up a bit. You're probably wondering what else can you do with this LCD screen? And when you open this up, let's say you leave the filter opened and you try to turn this on, it'll let you know the filter is not sealed. And it'll give you a little diagram to let you know what you have to do to fix it. I know troubleshooting with vacuums can be a pain because when they don't work, you're wondering like, I don't know what's going on with this. Now this thing gives you actual diagrams to let you know exactly what you need to do, shows you how to do it. That is very helpful. And I know I mentioned the fact that this thing has a filtration system, so they included a HEPA filter here. So if you happen to be somebody who has allergies or you're really sensitive to dust, you don't really have to worry about that dust getting kicked up into your face. It's all getting filtered out. So Ari, you got no excuses to start vacuuming. You knew it was coming. But right here we have something new. This is the Dyson Pure Cool Me. Now this right here is an air purifying personal fan, and it uses crazy technology to give you precise airflow. And basically what this does, it takes all the pollutants and gases in the air around you, purifies it, and gives you really clean, purified air, and it's very cool. Of course, that's why it's called a Cool Me. But Dyson actually had this really cool diagram at their launch event where it showed you just how precise this thing is. And it's crazy how it works, guys. Basically, air flows on this concave surface. It goes in 2 directions, in towards the middle, and it comes outward. and it creates that really, really precise air. But this thing is really awesome for those folks who have allergy problems, maybe at a desk near a window. You can throw this down, even at night by your bedside. There's a lot of good uses for this for those of you out there who have a lot of issues with allergies. It even has a remote, so if you don't have this nearby, you can actually just hit a button and turn it on. It works with like 10 different speeds, and this thing can really, really go. And when you're done using it, it uses magnets to just stick on, so you know exactly where your remote is at all times. And we actually got a chance to go out to England and see the Dyson headquarters ourselves. Ari and I had an awesome time over there. But what's crazy is we kind of take for granted just how much research and development goes into these kinds of products. So it was kind of cool to see firsthand what goes into making these things. Shout out to them for creating magic over there that we call technology. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be the cool guy or girl that gives it a thumbs up. I'll have links to everything down below in the description. We are taking all of these products out of the studio and back into our house. But till the next one, guys, it's your average consumer. Peace.